I'm Deanna.
Standing in the midst of the chaos at my sister Stella's wedding, I clutch my gift tightly, the weight of it a physical reminder of the betrayal I've just endured. The once elegant foyer of the lakeside estate is now filled with tension, the laughter replaced by heated arguments. Stella, in her half-revealed wedding dress, looks at me with a mix of shock and anger, while our mother, Mrs. Thompson, glares at me with disappointment. I remember the day I received the invitation to Stella's wedding. I was living in a small town in Montana, working as a librarian. I'd saved up for months to buy a beautiful emerald green dress for the occasion, hoping to be a part of my sister's big day. I'd always been the quiet one in the family, the one whose achievements were overshadowed by Stella's charisma and charm. Stella was the golden child, the one who could do no wrong in our parents' eyes. When I arrived at the lakeside estate, the place was a vision of luxury. Crystal chandeliers sparkled, and the scent of fresh roses filled the air. A live band played softly in the corner, and guests in expensive suits and gowns mingled and laughed. I was excited to celebrate with my family, but as I approached the seating chart, my heart sank. I scanned the list of tables, but my name was nowhere to be found. A kind-looking wedding coordinator in a sleek purple dress approached me. "Miss Deanna Thompson? You're at table 12, over there by the kitchen entrance." I followed her gesture and saw a small, lonely table tucked away in a corner, almost hidden by a large potted plant. I couldn't believe it. There must be a mistake. "I'm Stella's sister," I said, my voice trembling. The coordinator's smile faded. "I'm sorry, but this is the arrangement approved by the bride." A wave of humiliation washed over me. Memories of years of being ignored and overlooked flooded my mind. When I graduated from college with honors, there was no big celebration. But when Stella got a minor promotion at her job, our parents threw a huge party. I'd always tried to be the understanding one, the peacemaker, but this was too much. I spotted Stella in a group of people, surrounded by our mother, 3 bridesmaids, and Mr. and Mrs. Harris, Stella's future in-laws. They all looked so happy, so perfect. As I walked towards them, Stella's smile froze when she saw me. "Deanna, you look nice," she said, her voice high-pitched and forced. I took a deep breath. I'm confused about the seating arrangement. Why am I at that table by the kitchen? Our mother stepped forward, a glass of champagne in her hand. "Not now, Deanna. This is Stella's special day." I looked at Stella. "I'm your sister. I should be with the family." Stella's smile faltered. "You've been living so far away. You're not really a part of our daily lives anymore." Her words felt like a knife in my heart. Mrs. Harris, a wealthy and imposing woman, looked me up and down with a smirk. Weddings really show who the important family members are, don't they? I realized then that this was no accident. Stella and Mrs. Harris had planned this to humiliate me. I remembered a conversation I'd had with Stella a few weeks ago. She'd called me, complaining about how controlling Mrs. Harris was being with the wedding planning. She'd ranted about how Mrs. Harris wanted to make the wedding all about her social status. I looked at Stella, my eyes steady. "Stella, remember what you said about Mrs. Harris? About how she's trying to take over the wedding?" Stella's face paled, and her eyes widened in fear. Our mother grabbed my arm. "You will apologize to your sister and take your seat," she hissed. But something inside me snapped. I'd spent my whole life pleasing others, and it was time to stand up for myself. I turned to Mrs. Harris. Stella was really stressed about the seating arrangements. She was worried it might not be fair to everyone. Mrs. Harris's eyebrows shot up. "Oh." She seemed so sure when we discussed it. I nodded, my voice calm. Planning a wedding is so difficult, especially when there are so many important people to consider. As the argument escalated, Stella's fiancé, Mark, looked increasingly confused. He stepped towards Stella, concern on his face. "Is everything okay?" I walked over to the gift table and picked up my present, a beautiful antique book I'd spent months searching for.
Stella gasped.
"Are you really taking your gift back?" I looked at her, my voice gentle but firm. Why would I give a gift to a family that doesn't consider me part of it? I turned to leave, my heels clicking on the marble floor. I looked at Stella and our mother. I hope this day shows you what you've been missing. And I hope you realize what you've lost. As I walked out of the estate, the sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the landscape. My phone buzzed with a text from Mark. I had no idea.
Can we talk?
I ignored it. This was my moment of freedom, and I wasn't going to let anyone pull me back into the cycle of family drama. Months passed, and I was back in my library, surrounded by the smell of old books. I'd received an invitation to Stella and Mark's rescheduled wedding, but I decided not to go. I'd also started to build a new family of my own, with my friends who supported and appreciated me. One day, my father called me. He invited me to his 65th birthday dinner. When I arrived at their house, he showed me my seat at the dining table, right next to his.
I'm sorry, Diane.
I should have seen what was happening. You've always been so strong and independent, and I took you for granted. I sat down, looking around at the table set for a small gathering. No Stella, no mother hovering over Stella. It was just a simple, honest moment. I'd finally learned that some family ties are meant to be broken, and that the family we choose can be just as important as the one we're born into.